Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have the Element Cup beginning very soon. It begins Monday, June 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Now for this cup you can only use grass, fire, and water Pokemon, and the Pokemon have to be the first stages. They can't be the final stage or the middle stage, and they can't be above 500 CP. So a lot of people have been saying this is like going to be an RPS or rock, paper, scissors meta, and I don't disagree with that. I think that for the most part it will be. But you could also play the Master League alongside it if you want to for that week. It's totally up to you. I'm going to start with the Element Cup, see how I feel about it. If I don't really like it, I'm going to switch over to the Master League Classic, but we'll see. We will see. Anyway, for the Element Cup, for the S rank, we have Ducklet. Ducklet is going to be, it's the best Pokemon. Very few Pokemon do really well against it. So it's just overall, it's a great safe swap. It's a great lead. So it's going to be a Pokemon that you're going to see in every single team. I'd be surprised if you battle somebody who isn't using the Ducklet in the Element Cup. So definitely use this Pokemon. Hopefully you have one. Next up, I do think Cottony with Charm is going to be really good. Charm is going to be doing nice neutral damage to a lot of Pokemon. Of course, Fire type is going to be resisting it. But for the most part, pretty solid Pokemon. Then we have Shadow Bulbasaur and Shadow Growlithe. Shadow Bulbasaur going to be a great user. This actually, from when I checked PvPoke, Shadow Bulbasaur actually beats Ducklet, which I didn't know that. So it looks like maybe you could just like out-spam it with, I think it has Vine Whip, Power Whip. I think that's the moveset. Going to be doing nice neutral damage to Ducklet because Ducklet's a flying and water type. So, yeah, it's just a powerful Pokemon. And Shadow Growlithe actually beats it as well. I guess because of Body Slam, Ember, of course, being resisted as the fast move, but Body Slam is so fast. And a couple Body Slams should be enough to be able to pick up the knockout against Ducklet. So, Shadow Growlithe, Shadow Bulbasaur, definitely going to be really solid, but I do recommend the Shadow versions of them, and yeah, so definitely going to be great picks. I do think this is going to be the S tier. These are going to be some of the best Pokemon in the meta. Then we have the A tier, Chikorita, going to be good as well. Not as good as Shadow Bulbasaur, I don't think, but it's definitely going to be up there. Shadow Vulpix is another Body Slam user. Definitely spams them as well. I do think Growlithe is going to be a little bit better, but, Shadow Vulpix is certainly solid as well. Then we have Chinchou, one of the Pokemon that really walls Ducklet, if not the only one. This is the only Pokemon, I would say, that completely walls Ducklet, I think, because it's an electric typing, and an electric typing is resisting the flying attacks coming in from Ducklet, like Aerial Ace or Brave Bird, if you have that moveset, or Bubble Beam, it resists that as well. And Bubble Beam's not a strong move. Plus, you could just farm down with Chinchou because it's using Spark as the fast move. So it's double super effective towards Ducklet. Going to be able to farm down, get nice energy, especially if you lock it in. That's why I think having Chinchou in the back is going to be fantastic, because if they safe swap into Ducklet, as I said, I think Ducklet is a great safe swap. You could swap into Chinchou and just get nice farm on that Ducklet. So I think Chinchou definitely going to be a core breaker for like a lot of meta teams. I think it's great. It is walled by grass types, so you do have to keep that in mind, but it's just going to be a fantastic Pokemon. Then the B tier, we have Shadow Turtwig and Badoo. They're Razor Leaf users. They're definitely going to be good. For sure, Razor Leaf doing a lot of damage to the water-type Pokemon. It's going to be resisted by fire and grass, though, that move. So you do have to be careful about that, because the thing is, like, if you don't line it up against the water-type, it's going to be dishing out resisted damage. So there's that to keep in mind. Plus, it doesn't get to the charge moves fast because it's Razor Leaf. It generates energy pretty slow. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. Then we have Seal, and I think Seal is going to be pretty good. It was good for the Little Cup. I think it's going to be good for this Cup as well. Whether you use Lick or Ice Shot, I mean, you could run Ice Shot, Icy Wind, and I think that's going to be a great moveset for Seal. Probably Ice Shot, Icy Wind, and that could debuff the opponent, right? So definitely a good Pokemon. Then we have Tentacool. Tentacool is a poison type and a water type, so poison's going to be neutral to grass because of that poison typing and water typing. And, just doing super effective damage towards the grass types, resisting fire attacks, definitely a pretty solid pick, I think. And then other choices, we have a few options for you. We have another starter. We have Tepig. Then we have Oddish. I want to say that's another Razor Leaf user, but I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. So definitely some interesting picks. We have Shadow Execute. So Shadow Execute going to be another interesting one. Lotad, but I think you want an XL Lotad. That's what PvPoke was saying. They recommended with an XL one, so maybe you can get like a good IV and then XL it, but I don't think anyone's going to XL a Lotad. So for this specific cup, right? I know people who don't even want to participate because they don't want to buy the second moves on these Pokemon. So you're certainly not going to XL it, I don't think. But if you happen to do it, I mean, I guess it's going to be good. And then we have Woopa, which is, does this have Mud Shot or Mud Slap? I want to say it's Mud Shot. I don't remember off the top of my head, but either way, it's pretty fast, but it is double weak. Well, hold up. Is it Ground and Water, or is that just Quagsire? I'm sorry, totally blanking on it. But it's going to be okay for this cup. Fungus is another option. Then we have Chespin and Shadow Slowpoke. So those Pokemon are okay, but I think the S, A, and B tier that I have listed, I think those are going to be the best Pokemon, and I do recommend picking from that list if you're going to choose to invest in any of these. Now, for me personally, I don't have a Shadow Bulbasaur. I checked. I evolved all mine or transferred all of them or whatever. I do have the Shadow Growlithe, which is pretty cool. So I can't use Bulbasaur, but overall I do have, I would say, most of these Pokemon. So yeah, really excited to try out some of these ones, especially that Ducklet. I made sure I had a Ducklet. I did. I found Ducklets afterwards anyway, so I would have gotten one regardless. But either way, these are the best of the best Pokemon for the Element Cup, in my opinion, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the solid team choices. So the first team is the team I personally am going to try when things begin. I'm going to have Ducklet as the lead. I did say earlier in the video that it's a good lead plus a good safe swap, so I'm going to lead with it, and I'm going to have two answers in the back to Ducklet. So the soft answer being Shadow Growlithe, and then the hard answer being Chinchou. So for example, if they safe swap into their Ducklet, that's where Chinchou is going to come in handy. If they lead with Ducklet, I could switch into Growlithe, and they may stay and they may not. But I mentioned that Shadow Growlithe actually beats Ducklet, so I could stay with my Ducklet, or I could safe swap into my Shadow Growlithe, and we could do and yeah, they might switch out if they know that Growlithe wins. They might stay in, I don't know. But if they switch out and I win switch, then I could have Chinchou later for Ducklet. So I think this is going to be a pretty solid team. Plus, if they lead Ducklet, I could stay in with my Ducklet as well. Or if they safe swap their Ducklet, as I mentioned already, I could bring in my Chinchou, and then I could just hard farm it down. So I do think Ducklet's going to be a great safe swap. That's why I like keeping Chinchou in the back. And then we have Cottony in the lead for the next team, with Ducklet as a safe swap and Shadow Growlithe. So another solid team. I think this is going to be a pretty good team. We're going to have Ducklet as that safe swap. And so if I lose the lead, I'm going to be able to bring in Ducklet. And, I think that's going to be a solid team. Again, Grass, Water, and Fire. So very standard. Then we have Shadow Bulbasaur. And we have two water types in the back for the last team. We have Ducklet as a safe swap. And then if they, let's say they lose the lead against Bulbasaur, they bring in their Ducklet. Even though Shadow Bulbasaur, I believe, beats Ducklet, as I said, they might bring in Ducklet if they're not aware of that. And then I could bring in Chinchou. Even though Bulbasaur wins, I could bring in Chinchou because Chinchou is better against Ducklet. Farm all the way down and get a lot of energy with that team. So I think these are going to be pretty standard teams. I can't try the last one. As I mentioned, I don't have a Shadow Bulbasaur. I only have a regular one. But for the first team, that's definitely going to be the team I want to try out myself. Anyway, that's going to conclude this video for the Element Cup. Let me know the team you're going to be using, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.